everybody, Chris here with KSOL Media, here to give you a review of Game Night. Overall I was a little concerned about this movie. The trailers looked really good, but oftentimes with comedies the trailers do look really good, but quite honestly most comedies nowadays really are very miss and a lot less hit when it comes to what they're giving to you. Usually they try to throw a lot of star power at you, some big names, and just hope that the comedy that they're giving you works out for you. Fortunately though, this movie, that is not the case. This was a very funny movie. It does a really good job of telling you a compelling story, albeit a fairly predictable one, but the movie knows that. It knows that it's the premise here is not new. Basically, it's a group of friends who get together once a week and they have game night, they play games and such, and in this case, the brother of one of these people has decided to spice things up a bit, give them a very different kind of game night, kind of a mystery murder kind of scenario. This gets entangled in some real life scenarios, and the group does not really realize at first that they're dealing with some very real and dangerous things. Again, the premise is not anything new. At the same time, it's not the easiest premise to pull off, and it could come off really hokey. It could come off very unrealistic. Fortunately though, it actually, in most cases, it comes off really well, more than you almost expect. It does a better job than most comedies do nowadays as far as comedic timing. The cast is great. It's edited well. The production's really done well. Overall, it's a really fun movie though. As I was saying though, it doesn't do a perfect job of this. There are times in this movie where maybe the jokes just didn't work. It's the bit doesn't land as well as it should. A premise like this, again, they're telling a story that kind of mixes in with what's real and what's not, and because of that, the premise itself can be a little bit difficult, and most of the time it does pull this off really well. Sometimes they do jump the shark a bit with the story or with the bit that they're doing. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a scenario in about the end of the second act, when some of our cast is being chased and they have an object, and it's all really weird. It's almost cartoony, but with a comedy that comes with, especially a comedy with a scenario like this, that comes with the territory. But this was a little bit too much, and while 90% of the time this movie does land really well, there are a couple times where it's a bit hokey, almost to the point of it kind of breaking the fourth wall, because this movie does come across to you that it very well knows what kind of movie it is. It knows it's a comedy. It knows that it's telling you a very unbelievable story, but it's trying to do it in a believable way, while at the same time also putting its cast in scenarios that are very unreal. So when it does go too far, which isn't often, but it is every once in a while, most of the time it really just doesn't work, and it almost takes you out of the movie a bit. Like I said though, these moments are few and far between. Generally most of the movie's really funny. They do a really good job with everything. The swerves in this are really great. Of course, again, a movie like this is all about what's real and what's not. It does a pretty good job of that. The swerves do really good, and again, it makes fun of itself a little bit. The premise does have a little bit of fun with the fact that, hey, I know what kind of movie this is, and we're gonna try to get you a couple times because of that. Because at the same time, part of what you're doing is you're trying to figure out at the same time, did someone set this up? Was this real or wasn't it? And the movie has some fun with that, and generally you have a lot of fun with it too. Overall, if you like a movie with a really good cast, a fun premise that's going to give you some action as well as some comedy, you're going to enjoy this movie. Overall, I would recommend it. I would give Game Night 8 out of 10 squeaky toys. Let's go with the squeaky toy. Alright, so let me know what you think after you've seen the movie. Go ahead and comment below. And let me know if you listen at all. If you heard my other review for Cloverfield, which was done in the middle of the night, completely scripted that one, so I sounded about as I just didn't sound good. Let's just put it that way. It didn't sound very well at all. I did not script this one, going off the cuff on this one, so it seems to work a lot better when I do the recordings with Ian. So let me know what you think of the review, how I could change things. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Hey people, thank you for tuning into this episode and taking a listen. If you like our content, if you like what you're listening to, there anything we go over, hey, please, we would not only love to hear more from you, but it's great if you could throw some support. You can subscribe right below. Also, you can toss us a line anytime. That's ksongmedia@gmail.com. Of course, you can tune in for our channel anytime for movie reviews, game reviews, a lot of random wacky stuff. Yeah, who knows what you'll hear. And of course, our episode each week where we're bringing the nerdiest things we can find, dig up, and maybe not find. Maybe the stuff that just drops in our laps. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We hope to hear from you again later. Take care.